Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, what's going on with you guys today? This is like attempt number 6 to get a reading out. I've tried different approaches and different methods. We've like read from a book, we've pulled some cards, we've put away some cards, and here we are. And I haven't got a clue, but I would really like to get a reading out to you today. Should we go to the Psychic Tarot? I've not touched these cards yet. So let's see, what's going on for you? Let me actually ask a specific question. What's going on for you this weekend? Love begins. Well, I've been trying to read from the book. It's called The Choice for Love. I've been trying to read it. Entering into a new enlightened relationship with yourself, others, and the world. Love begins. For both of you. Base chakra, very nice. Building firm foundations here. So I feel like you're actually both quite strong and secure. Oh, that's nice to actually feel secure in yourself. Well, it's about you feeling secure in love. So that has been a topic that's been up for discussion over the last few days, and memories of love. Okay. So you're remembering what love is. So love begins again. This time from a really nice, sturdy, steady, I would say rock hard foundation, but I felt there is no rocks. It was just a really nice, like a feathery pillow effect. Let's go to the Choice for Love then. Let's have a flick through the book. Okay. Loving Yourself Forward is the name of the chapter. I shall start from this little symbol here. Whenever I teach about cultivating love and compassion for yourself, someone invariably asks me something like this. I have a friend who does exactly what you said. I think she has a lot of love and compassion for herself because she's always thinking of what she can do to make herself feel good. But she complains about everything and seems to feel very sorry for herself. I'm confused. Is that what you mean by loving ourselves? That's not self-love, I always answer. That's self-pity. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between self-pity, self-indulgence, and self-love. Self-pity is when somebody becomes so focused on their own problems that they forget that other people are having similar problems. It's as if they're the only one in the world who's suffering and being singled out for unhappiness by God or whatever force is controlling everything. They may even play the my problems are worse than your problems game, as if their suffering is bigger, better, or more deserving than others, especially if you're not giving them the sufficient amount of sympathy they feel they deserve. Self-pity doesn't leave much room for empathy, understanding, or even love for others. Compassion for yourself is different. Compassion is not the same as self-pity. It allows you to feel that your own humanity is shared by others. When you have compassion for both yourself and people around you, you can see everything more clearly and you realise you're not alone on your human journey. Self-indulgence is also not the same as self-compassion. I'm very stressed out, I'm worried about my deadline, and it's been a difficult month, so I'm just going to be compassionate with myself and spend the next week watching TV, not answering my emails, eating anything I want, and being loving to myself. Is this self-love? Not really. Compassion for yourself creates a space of love and understanding, but doesn't become an excuse to use your difficulties as a justification to indulge. Let's carry on reading. The Choice for Patience. There is nothing noble about being superior to some other man. The true nobility is in being superior to your previous self. Hindu proverb. A few years ago, I worked with a wonderful physical therapist who helped me deal with some physical challenges. He was moving places in my spine that had been stuck. These treatments were often really painful, because parts of me had been frozen in certain patterns, and now they were being manipulated in ways that they weren't used to moving. If I judged the efficiency of his physical therapy based on how pleasant it was, or even how I felt immediately afterward, I would have stopped going after the first session. Luckily, I understand that transformation of any kind can be uncomfortable. I remember at the end of my first treatment, my therapist gave me the speech that he obviously gives all of his patients. Now remember, it's going to feel worse before it gets better. That's how you'll know the treatment is working. In between my groans and moans of discomfort, I laughed and said, I know, I give this same talk to my students all the time. Often we have a hard time loving ourselves when we're uncomfortable. We misinterpret the discomfort as a sign that we're doing something wrong and start loving ourselves less instead of more. When you're on an authentic path of transformation, there will be so many adjustments you'll have to make on the inside and on the outside. Just like in my physical therapy, you're moving parts of your emotional and spiritual self that have become stuck in the wrong position, loosening up places that have been contracted and causing you pain, and restoring yourself to balance. Don't judge your process or your progress by your discomfort or how long it's taking, or you'll be misjudging it. Don't stop loving yourself just because you are in pain. Discomfort isn't always a sign that you're doing something wrong. If we're not uncomfortable, we're usually not growing. Transforming yourself and healing your heart is like working on one of those jumbo puzzles. At first you see so many mismatched pieces that you feel overwhelmed at the task before you. You didn't even know where to begin. You didn't. It says you don't even know where to begin. There doesn't seem to be any order or logic to it, even when you do arrange a few pieces together. It doesn't make a difference to the big picture, which you still can't figure out. The whole process isn't satisfying because you haven't made enough progress. At some point, however, you start to see some patterns in the pieces, and the result is that you become more enthusiastic about the puzzle. You see that it is something, a scene from nature or a photograph of a city, and it does make sense. All of a sudden, your discomfort working with the puzzle turns into excited enthusiasm, and you can't wait to get home or finish your chores to sit down and make some more progress. I know this feeling of overwhelm and frustration very intimately. I go through it each time I begin to write a book. I stare at the thousands of pieces of wisdom, anecdotes. I might not be pronouncing that right. Experiences and inspiration, and at first can't clearly see the patterns. There's so much material, I say to myself, but where's the book? Slowly things move together and I can see a vision of the whole. Loving myself forward with patience and compassion, I persevere. You're experiencing the finished product of that love right now. That's lovely. That's lovely. It is lovely. But I feel a bit lost in this reading. It's because I've had so many attempts, and I've had so many attempts that now I'm feeling lost. The Enchanted Map. So let's go back to the story then. So love begins. Base chakra from really nice, solid, firm foundations, and remembering what love is. Memories of love. Solitude in reverse and ride the wave in reverse. Well, I'm just riding the wave. I'm going with it. Let's have a look at solitude in reverse. Interesting because it's card number 13 and 14. Are they in reverse though? So it feels like what looks upside down actually isn't. What looks like it's lost is actually found. Let's read this message. Too much solitude results in isolation and separation. Now is the moment to get together with friends and join in the merriment. Hiding out will lead to loneliness and negative thinking. Separation at this time isn't a healthy choice. Are you in a situation in which you feel alone? You need to share this, not keep it to yourself. By joining in with others, you'll hear what you need to know, because Spirit finds ways to speak through them without their even knowing it. Let's repeat that. You need to share this. Okay, the fact that you feel alone. Are you in a situation in which you feel alone? You need to share this, not keep it to yourself. This part here, by joining in with others, you'll hear what you need to know, because Spirit finds ways to speak through them without their even knowing it. So you're receiving channeled messages. It's like me kind of saying, well, I'm sure it will all make sense to someone. What, have I said that? I did in my mind. The fact that I've tried this 6 times and that I feel a bit lost, but I want to get a reading out. Okay, not knowing really what to say. You have the key to let yourself out of this prison. You are loved and never alone. Let's go to page number 14. Page number 14, it's page number 37. You may be mistaking a rogue wave for a fun ride. You can only coast for so long before you hit the shoreline with a smack. The tide is ebbing and your activities are now preparing you for when that wonderful wave comes in for you to ride. You're meant to learn how to be a strong swimmer now. Don't worry, preparation ensures a successful result. However, you must wait patiently for the right moment to come. Now is the time for conscious preparation and skill building. Okay, I feel like we're getting into this a bit now. Let's read in Angel and Ancestors. I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places. Amen to that. Let's see what the angels and ancestors want to say. Feeling enthusiastic now that I'm getting into the reading. A bit like that jumbo puzzle. A bit lost to start with, now we're getting into the groove. Get into the groove, boy, you've got to prove your love to me. Yeah, get up on your feet. Yeah, step to the beat. Boy, what will it be? Father Sky, trust in the unknown. I'm not focusing. I'm still singing the lyrics in my head. Music can be such a revelation. Dancing around, you feel a sweet sensation. We might be lovers if the music, no, I think it's if the rhythm's right. We might be lovers if the rhythm's right. I hope this feeling never ends tonight. That's it. Okay, Madonna. Father Sky. It just takes me to actually the Black Madonna in Life is a mystery. Like a prayer video, that took me to. But there's a card in the Mother Mary Oracle called the Black Madonna. We've got Father Sky here. Trust in the unknown. Trust that your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the Great Father. Know that he is lovingly leading you forward. Father Sky is the name the Native Americans and many other indigenous tribes have given to God. So this card represents the universal powers that are masculine in essence, the energies that people have called out to and looked up to in times of need and gratitude. Father Sky personifies your relationship with the masculine energies of the divine and possibly a very powerful male or father figure too. Okay, the extended message. You are a co-creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention and emotion you have is creating the road ahead. With that being said, you don't need to know every single detail of what is going to unfold before you. When this card appears, you are being guided to step back and get out of your own way, because there is a greater power that is not only around you, but within you. And Father Sky is creating the best experience imaginable for you. Accepting this will allow miraculous energy to come into your life. So see things from a higher perspective, like the eagle on this card. This card can also appear when there are opportunities to improve the father connection in your life. If your father figure is in heaven, know that his spirit is drawing close. If he is on earth, there's an opportunity to heal something, whether past or present. Okay. We can go to the Mother Mary and see what she would like to say. Our Lady with the Moon at her feet was still attached to the bottom of the book here. Okay, that was the last message we pulled from here. It's like you have Father Sky within you. You have Father Sky within you. It's more about what the Divine Mother would like to say. Let's have a look. There's the card. Our Lady who gives peace, card number 32. You have been holding on to a deep concern, and I ask you to hand it over to me now. Allow me to offer you a gift in exchange for your devotion and trust. I offer you the gift of peace. Peace that all is now resolved. Peace that the material situation is flowing towards perfect completion. My peace be with you now, my child. Handing over a concern to the Divine Mother can sound easier in theory than how it is experienced in practice. And one of those cards said about well, we spoke about that, haven't we, in this reading? I'm sure we have. About the loneliness, solitude, coming out of separation, really. Okay. No longer separating yourself from others. And I feel from others that you're drawn to. So handing over a concern to the Divine Mother can sound easier in theory than how it is experienced in practice. We might think that we are handing something over, but if we are worrying about it again in 5 minutes or 5 days, then we have taken it back again. Handing something over means a complete and utter letting go, a surrender of attachment to the outcome, and a willingness to trust that what is meant to be will be. It is based on an acceptance that the Divine wants the best for us, and that whatever happens will best serve us, irrespective of whether we are initially thrilled or initially disappointed in the result. We can ask for what we want with great passionate enthusiasm, and then ask that what we are given serves us best. When we pray in this way, we allow the Divine to present us with opportunities and solutions that will supersede any concepts we could have come up with on our own. We allow the Divine brilliance to be. Mother Mary can bring us a gift of inner peace when we approach our spiritual life in this way. That doesn't mean we don't care, that we check out of our relationships in our world. It means that we are blessed with an ability to accept what is and to relax in trust of what is yet to be. We put in our effort and our prayer, and then we let go. The gift of peace comes as a sign that we have indeed let go. We are just allowing life to be. In times of great spiritual growth, there is near constant uncertainty. A seemingly endless process of transition can be experienced if you are on an accelerated spiritual path this lifetime, which is highly likely to be the case, as you are attracted to this oracle deck, which resonates at such a vibration. It is a precious resource to be able to find a place of peace that doesn't stop us from growing, but empowers us to relax and trust with contentment in our process, even when our process is one of great tests or challenges. Mother Mary comes to you through this oracle with a message to be heeded. You are either in a situation now where you feel tested and challenged and are uncertain as to whether or not you should be worried, or you are going to have an issue that comes to a head soon that may feel challenging to you. Do not fear. She says this: I am with you. I am your cloak of protection and the eye in your heart that shows you the way through. Trust me and allow me to bring you peace. From that peaceful place within, you will be able to make choices that help you greatly. You will be inspired by the inner guidance from the Divine Mother, which flows more easily into your peaceful mind. Do not worry if you do not see a way forward at this moment. That is a question of timing only. At the right time, nudges are given and a way forward becomes visible. If you cannot see a solution right now, that does not mean that there is no solution. It simply means that the threads of the situation or issue are still being unknotted. Have you ever tried to quickly unpick a knot in a hurried fashion? The threads can become tighter. In a relaxed fashion, they can easily and instantly unravel. With the gift of peace, your life may seem to slow down, but the resolution of problems will quicken. Open to her gift of peace and experience this for yourself, beloved. Okay. I want to have a look. I've got another book here. Spirit Animal Guides. Let me flick through this. Discover your power animal and the shamanic path. Let's just see where we stopped. We stopped on the horse. Freedom, sharing, and mystery. From a distance, I could see the herd grazing. The vegetation was mainly sagebrush, and these tough wild horses had learned to survive in the harsh desert of Nevada. As I tried to get closer, one horse took a few steps forward and faced me. He was the lead stallion, protecting the herd, and he seemed to be the essence of everything that is horse. Lifting his head proudly, he looked strong, courageous, wild, and free. Eyes watchful, ears raised, he faced the world, ready to act, seeming to embody the power of the sun. Well, if that's not the Divine Masculine's energy there, that's what it sounded like they were describing you, Divine Masculine. A galloping horse thundering across the land, his movement flowing and graceful, the wind blowing, his long mane and tail represents the spirit of freedom. Despite his heavy body, horse flaunts his qualities of speed and endurance as he moves swiftly over long distances. Horse teaches us to send our spirits galloping toward liberty and not to be weighed down by restricting beliefs it doesn't say that, and not to be weighed down by restricting beliefs and everyday routines. Your unconquerable spirit is the one thing that can set you free. Horse gave humans an enormous gift when he became domesticated, letting us ride upon his back. He allowed us to taste his independence, enabling us to travel far and fast. He carried our loads, pulled the plough, and transformed our lives and our world. Horse brought wealth and power. Humans owe him a great deal. His medicine is therefore also that of sharing and compassion. Putting the welfare of others first is one of his noble qualities. If we meditate on the sacred agreements between horse and humans, we may begin to understand this. Through the ages, horse and carriage, okay. If through the ages, horse has carried shamans into the world of spirit, and this tells us of his mystical power. He is psychic and can warn you of storms and other natural phenomena. Okay. What else do you want to know? We'll go to the power of love. I'm enjoying using these cards recently or lately. I've taken to Stevie Wonder, the song Lately. Lately I have had the strangest feeling. Okay. We have expression. We had this out yesterday. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. We'll get one more. Spontaneity. You move beyond the constraints of the mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations. It's like that is the spirit of the horse. Let's read about spontaneity. In order to grow and expand as a soul, you must come to the realization that limitations are genuinely self-imposed. There is a security that comes with routine. A life lived with no surprises and within a comfort zone is very appealing in this chaotic dimension. But you have to be wary of stagnation. Spontaneity demonstrates to the rest of the world that you are ready for anything, and it is also a characteristic linked to high emotional health. Life is a smorgasbord, so stop constantly hovering near the boring salad bar. You will never know if you like something unless you experience it. Don't let fear hold you back. By its very nature, your soul yearns for new experiences. If something doesn't align with your spirit, that's fine. But at least you have made that discovery. That said, every soul has an individual path, so don't fall prey to peer pressure if you know in your heart that something is not right for you. At the same time, don't let the fear of new experiences stop you from doing something that will make your heart sing. La. Let's go to the journey of love. Okay, let's have a look. Well, we've got three cards. Let's read them in order. The first one is Distant Shores, card number 18. Okay. Takes me to the same colour of my cardigan. Your soul is yearning for more. The divine is all, and there are no limits to what can be experienced by the soul. The soul is so hungry for divine reunion that it will seek out whatever is needed to get there, even if that means journeying to strange or exotic shores for expanded experience. You may be feeling this soul impulse as an urge to travel or try something new, to let go of the limitations of your mind in how you see your current life, and to begin to see the new in what was once familiar. The art of the passionate soul is to be able to see that which is new and fresh, even in what is known, though sometimes we can use the help of a fresh vista to inspire the mind to open and the heart to be ready to receive more. It's time for you to reach for the distant shores that are calling to you now, beloved. Don't pack your bags with too much, though. You'll travel light and easy with less baggage, and you'll need plenty of space to receive that which is new. This oracle brings you a message. You will benefit greatly from travel right now. You may travel through the mind, reading journeys of faraway lands of time, or watch a film that transports you. Moving your body to a different place is another way, bringing fresh energy by unplugging you for a short time from what you know to plug you into a different circuit so that you may receive different energy. So when the opportunity to travel arises for you soon, whether it be a jaunt far away or a day in a different place, take it. Don't worry if it doesn't seem practical. The divine is so much more important, intelligent, and capable of genius than what mere logic would have us believe. Okay, here's the poem. I waited for dawn, not wanting to go, but knowing I soon would have to leave. I waited for the first light, listening, joining with you on each breath and each exhale. I watched as morning came, and you gently stirred, knowing our love was not measured in time, not the minutes that quickly passed, or the hours as departure approached. How I wanted to linger, how I wanted to tell you that this moment would last forever, and whisper one more time I love you, and then you held me and said it first, and goodbye no longer mattered. Let's have a look at the next card. Guardian of the Soul Family. Card number 26. You are being drawn to kindred spirits in this physical world by loving guardians in the spiritual worlds. If you feel you are leaving relationships behind, do not be afraid. The space that such courageous action creates is sometimes necessary in order to have room for the new to enter your sphere of consciousness. You may also feel that somehow a relationship that seemed to be held back from you is now becoming available to you. There is a great soul love calling you into more intimate connection now. It is sanctioned by the divine. It is a karmic destiny to fulfill. There is love that you are to experience this lifetime. Okay, I'm adding in the words now. Well, I don't think I am. I just think I'm saying them maybe a bit too early. Lucy, carry on. There is love that you are to experience in connection with particular souls predetermined by the divine plan. If you are struggling to feel the soul purpose in your current relationships, take heart, for you are being helped by divine guardians who understand and support the sacred purpose of your relationships. Be open to current relationships healing, whether that means improved communication and enriched experience, or the realization that you have traveled as far as you can together, and know that new relationships are going to be an important aspect of your spiritual destiny being fulfilled. Trust in the divine timing of your life and open your heart to the guardians who help you with unconditional love right now. Love begins. That's unconditional love, the Ace of Cups. The guidance of this oracle for you is that relationship healing is taking place, in present relationships unfolding, in attracting the right relationships for your future growth, and in leaving behind relationships of the past with a peaceful heart. Be gentle with your heart, beloved. All is well. When I open my heart, you cover me with a blanket of love and warm the silence with your caress. Words unspoken say it all, as we become more than we are alone. Okay, let's have this final card here. Across the Waters, card number 23. You are being called across the waters as if crossing a bridge of light from one ocean to a far greater one. These waters are your emotional waters, holding your feelings, your attitudes, your expectations and your fears and doubts, as well as your hopes and dreams. It can seem like such a lot to navigate. Sometimes our waters feel overcrowded, as if swarms of people were descending into the ocean on a sweltering hot day. Hardly finding a space in the water to cool ourselves, we can feel as though there is just no room for faith, trust, peace and love. There is just too much happening in that water. We yearn for the cool, calm mountain. We yearn for the cool, calm mountain lake, serene, giving, echoing, a gentle dispensation of grace. You are being called across the waters, out from an overcrowded sea, into the cool spaciousness of the endless lake. So it's time to let go of some mental clutter, some attitudes, some thoughts. Ask for help and bathe yourself in the green and gold rays of healing colour. Just imagine them cascading down around you and through you like a waterfall. It's a bit like you're moving to a new neighbourhood in a cleaner and more spacious town. It might be a bit unfamiliar at first, but soon enough, you'll enjoy the difference. This oracle brings you a message. It is your time to think about something in a different light. Soon you will have a shift in perspective, and the feeling of overwhelm, stress, and just too much going on will be replaced with serene trust and peacefulness. Know that beneath even the most chaotic mind is a place of deep, quiet serenity within. Do whatever helps you dive deep to find it. Dance, take some rest, meditate, do yoga, write, paint, make love, make music. In that quiet serenity within, you'll be leaving unnecessary chaos behind, and you'll be presented with the gift of a new way forward. I'll make love to you like you want me to, and I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night. Boys to Men. Inhaling the soft scent of promised taste, the nectar moist upon my lips, I savour each sip across my tongue, dwelling in the moment's pleasure. Warm and sweet, bathed in tingling thirst, I find myself wanting you, wanting more. Let's leave it there. Okay, it's like I've done it. We got through it. The reading is done. That's good. Guys, enjoy your Saturday. I will catch up with you soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.